Okay, what if I took you around tomorrow and you said, you know what, you're 29, 30 days into your fast and you need a place to lie down. That would be real.
Well, it would be real if it was real. I'm not going to pretend a possibility.
Well, it is real. Well, okay, but you are like 29 days into a fast, and we need to see if there is daytime shelter, adequate space available.
The only way that would happen is if these consequences actually went from you no longer allowing me access to that bed, and then I would just go downtown, and then I would probably find a friend. It's not a time for the politics of seeing how the homeless shelters are. Like, if I have to sleep during the day.
But we need the evidence. Like, we need evidence. So I mean, I can go around and ask.
Well,
Simply.
The evidence is they say that they have 10, and so that means that on a day there's likely a chance that there's an emergency bed 7 or 8 blocks away from downtown.
Yeah. Right. But not like. Not. It's not real. Like, that's not what we're after. We don't want like emergency beds. Like, you want much more than that. You're asking for like public land to be accessible.
I just want to be presumed innocent of and trusted in my conscientious ability to take care of myself. And that has to be done in public when you don't use money.
So taking care of yourself, though, but you're in a society that is based on that dollar reality. You're living here. Why don't you don't want to go to the country? You want to stay here, where the structure is opposed to you living freely like you're wanting.
No, the only way that the freely is going to be lived is if the situation is taken care of. So it's not about settling down and finding roots or anything at this point. It's about correcting the system, loving truth, and tackling the embarrassment of panic and rage.
Okay, like how are you? Is what you're doing dealing with that?
Oh, I'm gracefully as possible going to starve to death because it's the last recourse in doing anything about the illegality of having a tent during the day in a municipality.
Do you think it would be possible for the system as it is to allow what you're asking for?
It's the only way anyone's going to survive.
How do you mean that?
We can try and survive without the freedom to take care of ourselves in community settings that aren't registered, where you don't have to sign. Or we can try a full, complete crackdown, Orwellian, sheep, jail, mental institutions, all food coming from factories, the death of nature. That only happens so long before we all die anyway.
And that's the way it's going. That's what's happening. That's what we got now.
Well, and so you have nothing to lose.
That's true. We got nothing to lose. But where's the public at in this case? Like, why aren't we're not Like even Leslie didn't do an article in her January edition. And I think it was because she was in the courtroom and she doesn't want to upset the status quo. And I think that that's what Kathy and Irene are doing as well, the lawyers. They went part way. It was politically correct for them to achieve what they achieved. And then when they realized that the tide was against this 24-hour-a-day license to occupy public spaces, they walked away in favor of the controls of the system. And like Leslie showed up at the court case. So why did she disappear? And then she doesn't call like I call her. She knows that you're fasting. She knows that this is like a legitimate cause.
Well,
why aren't they participating?
Because it's an intimidating case. Because I am a character. And so people think that they can pass me off and pass the right to sleep notion off.
But even here, like even here where you are, where you're living, where we got a number of people here, not everybody, they don't agree with what you're doing. Like they're like I say, look, we got like 10 people here. If we all agreed, we like look at the power we've got. But they don't all agree. They don't see.
Well, patience be with them.
But it's our job to make them see something.